Hi everyone, it's Jackie Schomburg-Minden. My family and I are preparing to go on a week-long trip up to Wisconsin into the North Woods, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with myself and how I'm going to bring some art supplies and not take up too much room because we've got 3 kids and we have a lot of stuff. Plus it's just snowing and it's supposed to snow 7 inches and we thought we were done with snow. So we're going to bring a lot of snow gear and boots and the whole thing. Anyway, I bought 2 things off Amazon that I wanted to show you and test out today. So, first thing is adorable. Look at my sketchbook. How cute is this? It's less than 4 inches by 4 inches. It has some pretty decent paper. I mean, it's some good quality. It's like a little watercolor sketchbook. I'm so excited to take this with me. I can literally fit it in my pocket, but I probably won't. And it's adorable. So I don't remember how many pages it is, but I don't know, 50, 100 if I use both sides. I'm not sure. That's item number 1. Item number 2 is this. Also adorable, but not yet. So this is actually 2 things. The first one is this water well, collapsible. Right, so there's a little place to store brushes, have your brushes stand up, obviously to put water in, and it stands up on its own. The second thing that fits inside it is this little portable paint palette. So the healthy clip here, undo the clip, open it up. Look at this. This is the secret sauce I'm hoping that really does the trick here. This makes it so doesn't spill. So none of these, if I put paints in here, they're not gonna merge into all the other things. I don't have to worry about keeping them upright the entire time. I probably still will, just because I don't know what the situation is yet. Haven't fully tested it, but I'm very excited to fill this up and get going. So I will show you what I'm going to do with them. Before we get started, I wanted to tell you and remind you that I'm having a Collage Paper 101 workshop on Friday, April 12th in Chicago. One in the morning at 10:30 a.m. Chicago time and one in the evening at 7 p.m. Chicago time. I wanted to offer something people always ask me about my paper and how to make it and what I do with it. We're going to be doing tissue paper collage. I'm sorry, not collage, collage paper. We're going to be doing regular paper. We're going to be making a whole bunch of things. I'm going to show you just random found objects and how to use that to make collage paper. And it should be a lot of fun. It is an experiment. So I'm only charging $45. It's all on Zoom. You are welcome to come. You are welcome to learn. You're welcome to make it along with me. So this is very interactive. Bring all of your weird tools that you never use. Bring all of your ideas and papers and all the things that you'd like to use for collage but weren't sure how to incorporate it. We're going to talk about it all. You can ask me questions, and I will show you how to make some simple collage paper that will have a bold impact on your art. You can sign up by clicking the link in the upper right-hand corner right now, or going to JackieSchomburg.com/workshops. Hope to see you there. First things first, I'm putting this out for scale. This is the sketchbook I typically use. It's 9 by 12, so 9 by 12. And this is the new sketchbook. You guys, how adorable is this? This is the new water well, my little travel thing. It has dust all over it. So I've got paper flakes on my desk. So that stands up, places for brushes. If I have any brushes that work in there, probably a shorter brush would work better. And this tiny little palette. So I thought I'd give it a test run. Oh boy, there we go. Whoops. I'm so strong, I broke it. Okay. So, and this is the little gasket that keeps all the paints from mixing together and or spilling out. So let me add some colors. What do I bring to Wisconsin? I think we all know I'm going to bring some fluorescent red. Okay. What else? The other obvious choice is some Celadon. I'm gonna get my thick Celadon. Even though this is supposed to be very leak proof, I'm still gonna use this. Where to put this? I don't know, I'm just gonna put it here. I was gonna go in like some sort of colored order, but changed my mind. Okay, got those two colors. So that's 90% of what I use. Now let's do some yellow ochre. I'm really wishing I had a plan now for where I was going to put my colors, but it's okay. You can see that I need to clean out some of the tips of my bottles. The funny thing about these bottles is they do come with caps, but if you're prone to distraction like I am, you may not remember whether you put them or remember to put them on at all. I have some phthalo turquoise here. I don't really use all that many different colors of paint. You guys probably know this. Some Payne's gray. Sometimes I'll use that. Which is very different from black. So I'm gonna put the black over here so that I can keep track of it. Because right now in here they look very similar. All right, some Pyro Red. Okay, so this is some Pyro Red. Where to put this? Where to put this? I made such a mess of this. I guess I'll keep it here. I'll put it here. Don't want it right next to the fluorescent red. And I put in a little phthalo blue. Sometimes I use this. This is my blue of choice. I'm not really sure why I choose it over ultramarine, but it's very intense. Let's see. This is Sun Gold. This is the metallic gold that I like from Nova Color. Number 165, if you're paying attention. Oh, here we go. All right, so the Sun Gold, I guess I will put, I know I could put it right next to the yellow ochre. Whoops, I'll just put it everywhere. Well, note to self, I did that myself. That was not the fault of the palette for mixing the colors. It's just my indecisiveness. This is why I use the squeeze bottles. There's no great way to get this from this container into this one. But that will do. Boy, that was really the messiest part of this whole thing. So to that point, if you don't have your paint in squeeze bottles or tubes, you may want to use something different for this, or just get really good with your palette knife, which clearly is not my strength in this moment. Now, typically I'd add some green gold, but I only have high flow green gold right now. I'm gonna go check. I'll check. Okay, as for gloss medium, I could put some gloss medium in here. However, since I don't use a paintbrush to put it on typically, I think I'm not gonna do that. But what I will do is move these things And let's just try this. So this is my tiny little sketchbook. I mean, look at this, how adorable. It's so tiny. Let's open up to page 1. And it actually pretty much stays flat, so that's nice. Okay. Use this brush. But first, how about some pen? Okay. Now I don't have a great way to mix the paint, obviously, but I can use a plate or paper, or just bring my, actually I'll bring my palette with me. I have the disposable palette. Somewhere around here. All right, first I'll do some, I'm gonna try and get this Celadon and the gold out. So I guess I'll be mixing those two together. I'm not necessarily trying to stay within the lines. I don't dislike the combination of the two. And then sometimes I like using these clips. Sorry, paintbrush in my mouth. It just weighs the pages down a little bit more and connects them to the pages behind them so that they stay down. When I actually use it, I'll probably put a piece of paper behind it as well, behind each page, just so I don't go on to the next page when I actually use it, as if this is not actually using it. This is kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie here. This is pretty adorable. And I could easily take this with me wherever I am. I mean, right? This is even like DMV proof. You need to get a new license or you're waiting on something. You probably have a lot of attention on you, but it's a DMV, right? Okay, loving that. So what if I mix in a tiny bit of turquoise? And I'm gonna water this down a little bit. So I'm just spritzing some water on my palette so that I can kind of blend it in a bit with that. Since this is watercolor paper, it does absorb pretty quickly, but that's not really a problem. And this helps fill in all those little tiny bumps and whatnot. Decided I didn't want my next pages to be colored. All right. And I'm gonna mix this. See, my Celadon's already drying over here. I'm gonna mix this with the tiniest, well, that's actually a pretty big amount, but some phthalo blue. You'll see when I'm just adding a tiny bit of phthalo blue, really, really brightens things up. All right, now we're gonna play the game. How much will Jackie remember to edit out of the audio so that you guys don't hear me talking to my family through this whole video? See how it goes? A little gold up in the sky, why not? Get that down over here. And obviously, I'm not trying to make anything realistic. This is just moving paint around. this is my Payne's Gray. It's the tiniest bit. Okay, I'm just going to use this as a little bit of palette paper. Just take the Payne's Gray that I had on my brush and mix it with some white. Now, because it's just paper, it's going to dry quickly. But that's okay. Okay, so because I use my color shaper so much, this is tricky. So I will have to probably use brushes or get a, you know what, I do have a really small color shaper. Okay, I'm in the middle of cleaning up my art room, which I feel like I say all the time. So I am missing my long, tiny color shaper. But that would have been a great tool to have handy. So let's try this. I have this little paintbrush that has clearly seen better days. And I'm going to use this to just kind of scrape some on. Let's see what happens. Just to get some unexpected marks. Well, technically those are unexpected, right? I don't know that I anything to write home about, but goal achieved for getting unexpected marks. Okay. All right. Okay, and of course I have some collage paper standing by. Got some blues. That's pretty loud. That's nice. I really like using my butcher paper for things like this because I feel like unexpected little pops of color help a lot. Okay, so let's see what these add or don't. So I could add some tall grass-like things. I could just add some green. Let's try that. Just tear some. Okay, now I'm going to go put this here too so that I don't have to worry about sticking all my pages together. You know, part of me wonders, should I do it like this? I'm gonna go with my first instinct. Do it like this. Okay. Tiny bit of collage for a tiny sketchbook. Do I use the same color green or a different color green? Haven't decided yet. I guess I'll do this. Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to force that piece on. How about some of this? Okay, now this I like. Guess I'll try this technique again on this side, even though I wasn't sure I loved it on the other side. Sometimes it's fun just to double down. At least that's what I'm telling myself in this moment. All right, so what if I do, I don't like that that's right in the middle of the whole thing. I'll do this. And I'm intentionally leaving this extra tissue on in the hopes that it will give just a bit more depth. See how it's just a little bit less green there? that softens the green behind it a bit. Just for something different. It's very subtle. All right, this side's looking pretty plain. Where did my scrap go? Here it is. Okay, that color's not doing it for me. All right, I guess I don't like that in collage. So, do some of this. I'm going to add some more colors here. Whoops, where's my palette? Here it is. Adding in some yellow ochre to my green, or this kind of turquoisey teal that I've got going on. I'm gonna let that act just to keep the greens a little bit closer together. Putting in some flowers. Right, obviously, very loose little flowers here. I really do like the flowers. I feel like I need something in the pink and red over here. Maybe purple? Maybe just something? No. some of this. This is really tricky. The only thing I don't like about that is it's such a straight line. I love a different shade of green that is a bit more organic. So what if I do that? I think I need to add some crimson in here. This is alizarin crimson. So straight up, it's going to be way too much for this. I don't know, maybe I need black. Oh, that was a lot of black. I have regrets. That's okay. Easily modified. I'm telling you, this is really fun paper. This is from my kids' Light Bright. They've never used patterns. It's kind of a fun shape, but I haven't put anything to go with it yet. But here I can use this now. And now it covers up things that I want to cover up. Keep coming back to this piece, so I'm going to add this piece in. All right, now I need a tiny little bit. Oh, that's pretty gray. Well, these are clouds. I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of, whoops, shadow up there.
Nope.
I did like it better this way. And you can see since I've been messing around here, everything's starting to turn gray because I'm picking up the wet paint from the black. So I think I'm pretty much done here. I'm going to add a little white just to ground this a bit.
Some of this too.
I think this is almost where I leave it. I just want tiniest bit of this. Let's see if I can just dry brush it on a little bit. All right, that's what I'm calling this one today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy travels if you are traveling this week as well. If this happens to be your spring break in the US for your kids or your any kind of break anywhere else. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. All right, so that's how I made my very first teeny tiny sketchbook drawing. Painting, mixed media art, whatever. And I had a lot of fun. And I'm very excited to show you what happens when I come back and see if I've actually done anything while I'm on vacation or not. And by the time I get back, this will just be getting posted. So let me know in the comments if you have questions, if you want to see what I made while I'm gone. Whatever your questions are, let me know in the comments and I will answer them all, even if it takes me a while to get back to you.